When you are buying a co-op in New York City, there are 5 things you should never do. Buying a co-op in New York City, okay, think again if you think it's just like buying anywhere else. Co-ops are a unique beast, and making the wrong move can cost you time, money, and even the apartment. Today, I'm going to break down the 5 things that you should never do when buying a co-op in New York City. Whether you are a first-time buyer or a seasoned buyer, let's dive in. I'm Erin with the Wheelock team here in New York City, and I would love to be your real estate go-to person for all of your needs. But for now, let's get going. Number 5. Never assume that you will be approved by the building. In New York City, you're not just buying an apartment, you are buying into a community. And that means passing a co-op board interview. Even if you have the funds, a good offer, you could still get rejected by the board. And because they're a corporation, they don't even have to give a reason. Pro tip, make sure you're working with an amazing agent associate broker right here, because we'll make sure to find out little details from the board. What do they like? Post-close liquidity, debt to income, right? What are they really looking for? You want to make sure that you have that going in because this process is going to take you months. The last thing you want is to get to the very end just to find out that they were never going to approve you, right? Waste of time. So make sure you are working with a professional. Number 4, never skip the financial deep dive. Co-ops are often requiring you to have 1 to 2 years of post-close liquidity. So that means after you put your down payment and all of your closing costs, they want to see that money in cash or liquid assets afterwards. Now, one of the things that we make sure to do on the Wheelock team is look at your revenue financial statement. Now, if you don't know what that is or you need to know how to fill it out, I did a pretty detailed video on that. So go check that video out. But that's why we look at your revenue before we actually make the offer, because we're going to be able to work with you on this is likely going to pass the board, this is likely not going to pass the board, or maybe there's just money that needs to be moved around, or maybe there's a gift that needs to happen. Whatever it is, that's why we make sure to vet that revenue financial form before we're even making the offer. I don't want you going and seeing a place and falling in love just to find out that you can't afford it. Or I don't want you going and finding out that you need extra money that has to season in your account, right? Let's make sure that we're handling that up front. Number 3, and this one is actually really surprising. Never use a generic board package. To be honest, I didn't even know that that was an option until I heard it recently. I understand it. You can look online, you can see what a board package is, but that's not what they're asking for. They're asking for a specific board package for that building, for that management company that they're going to want filled out. So sure, you can look online, see what's typically in a board package, but just know every building, every management company, right? They're going to have their own board package that they're going to want you to fill out. Additionally, we're not going to want you sending in something that looks messy or sloppy, right? If we have to turn in hard copies, we make sure that we're highlighting things, we're notating things, putting in little stuff, whatever. But otherwise, again, we just want to make sure that it's clear, it looks great, it's not some generic thing, and we can turn that in. Number 4, never lowball without a strategy. I feel like this one is a little bit of a gray area to talk about, but let me be clear. Co-op boards can deny you for anything. Sometimes there's co-op boards that don't want to see a certain sale price in a building. There's things that can be done about that. Call me. I don't want to get in trouble. What else do I say to you about that? Have a strategy. Work with a professional. Maybe just remember that negotiation is an art. It's not a game of chicken. And number 1, and my favorite, never go in without the right team. From your real estate attorney to your mortgage professional to the agent that you work with, everyone matters. Sometimes the bigger banks have underwriters in Wisconsin. I can say that I'm from there. Let me tell you, while I appreciate it and they do such a great job, they're not familiar with co-ops. I've had underwriters come back to my team asking us for forms that we just don't have here. So make sure that you are working with the right team. Attorney, your uncle practices estate law in Westchester. That's amazing, but that doesn't mean that he's familiar or she's familiar with all of the co-op terms here. You have to make sure that you're going in there with the right team who knows how to work with co-ops, knows what to look for so that they can help guide you along with, us, because obviously I know who you're picking to work with you, but you need that right team going in there to make sure that you get from start all the way through the long 3-month process to that closing line. Now, I want to be clear, buying a co-op in New York can also be pretty amazing. Number one, again, you're buying into that community, which I know a lot of people love, especially if they're coming from out of town. And number two, you're actually buying something at a discount. And oh my gosh, number three, your closing costs are a bunch less. Yes, that's right. No mortgage recording tax. You heard it here first, probably not. But anyways, the point is there's so many benefits of co-ops. In no way, shape, or form is this meant to tell you not to buy in a co-op, because co-ops are fantastic as well. But it is about having an experienced person in your corner that is guiding you through that whole process. And that's where we come in. So if you are thinking about making that purchase here in New York City, be sure to reach out to me. My information's on the screen. And also there's a really fun masterclass that you can get if you click below. All right, until next time. Bye guys.